Okay. All right, you guys. So let's take a minute and come into our breath. So please make sure that you are comfortable and in a seated position. And please remember that if crossing your legs is not comfortable, you can straighten your legs. Oh my goodness, there's no problem with that. Just make sure that if you're straightening your legs, you put a little something underneath the knee to make sure that you're not hyperextending into the joint. So take a minute to let your eyes close. Let your hands come to rest, palms facing up. And just take a moment and let shoulders move a little bit. Let head and neck move a little bit. Let your jaw open and close a little bit. And just check in for a moment. Since we just did the little posture demo, take a moment to just check in and see if you can find a place within the curves of your spine that feels really comfortable and supported. So the trick here as you're sitting is to have it feel effortless, okay? If you are forcing yourself into a position, you're going to create fatigue, which will begin to create imbalance. So it's really important that you choose for yourself what feels good, not what you think it should be in a picture, but really take a moment to find what feels good for your body. So that not only can you feel really stable through your pelvis, your sacrum, your lumbar spine, but then also you feel shoulders down by your sides relaxed. Your breath feels effortless. There's no effort to the inhale, no effort to the exhale. The head that's atop your neck feels weightless, light. And you can play with that position simply by taking your chin and just making a slight movement to jut the chin forward a little bit and then pull it back. Finding that best place for yourself. And these first few cycles of breath, allow your body to breathe you so that you can just really connect in to your body. Connect into the self. We're going to be a little playful today. What I would like us to do is we're going to actually, when we move into our breath, begin to cover our ears. And you're just going to cup. So you have a slight cup to the palm. You're going to go ahead and allow the hands to come over. And we're going to do this so that it's a little bit easier for you to hear your inhale and your exhale. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and do 5 cycles of breath. Your cycling of breath. And then at the end of the 5th cycle of breath, so that's a full inhale, full exhale, you're going to go ahead and release your hands from your ears and bring the palms over your heart. Okay? So gentle cupping of the palms. Let's place them over the ears. And then let's begin. Take a full deep inhale through the low belly, starting there. Allowing that breath to come all the way up to behind the heart and slightly above. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, gently releasing the breath from behind and above the heart to the solar plexus and back down to the low belly. And you'll go ahead and do this 5 times. So just follow your cycle of breath. From here, we're going to go ahead and move into sound and tone. So we'll go from a space of something more silent where you're feeling the ebb and flow of the breath, the in and the out. Moving now into a little bit more vibration and tone. So we'll start by singing the sound of ah, then we'll move into the sound of oh, and then finally the sound of ooh. On your fourth breath, please set your intent for your practice today and for your day. Make it something that you want, something that you need, something that you desire. See if you can connect it to your heart. So when you're ready, take a deep, full inhale coming from the low belly. When you're ready, gently let your hands come back down to the tops of the thighs. Another full deep inhale, full deep exhale through the nose, filling the body with breath. And at the end of the exhale, allow your arms to come down by your side. And again, take a full deep inhale, lengthening breath of joy all the way out and up. Feel your body. Allow the palms to touch. And then exhale, gently, slowly bring them down. Allow the thumbs to rest on your sternum at your heart center. One more full deep cycle of breath. And then from here, gently turn the corners of your mouth up. Eyes soft. Let them open. Thank you guys so much. All right, we are going to do a little bit of opening through the shoulders. So what we're going to do is we're going to do cow facing arms, so Gomukhasana arms. So I want you to take your strap. Before we start, just let your strap lay in your lap once you get it. Okay. And take a deep inhale, allow the arms to come out so that the palms face forward. And just super simple movement today, just to let everything begin to open up. So starting with that right side, I want you to lengthen. So you're going to turn those right fingertips, palm facing down now. And I want you to feel the stretch. Gently feel those fingers drop the shoulder a little bit more to the side. And then from there, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, just feel that shoulder blade retract and draw that inner edge a little bit closer to the spine. And then again, exhale, lengthen that shoulder blade out. And then deep inhale. And on the next exhale, gently draw that inner edge of the shoulder blade in. And then let that relax. Come back to neutral, palm faces up. Take that left arm now, palm facing down. So again, before we start any kind of retraction, I want you to just feel that stretch. It's as if I'm right there and I'm just gently pulling on your arm. so that you can begin to feel that opening, waking the back of the shoulders up, okay? And then from here, gently draw that left shoulder in, feeling that retraction, inner edge towards the spine, and then allow it to relax. Feel it stretch back out. Notice if it feels like this time the stretch is slightly longer. And then one more time, gently draw it back in. And then allow it to relax. Let the palms come face down. Let the shoulders do a gentle roll, both directions. And then we're going to just check in with the head and neck a little bit. So let's begin. I've got a fly in here, so I apologize. Take that right ear towards that right shoulder and then just gently feel it lengthen. Take a moment while you're here, and if you're feeling any kind of stress or tension in through the jaw, just gently open that up. And then leading with the nose and the gaze, gently draw the head down. If your body says yes, then begin to turn it so that the gaze comes forward. And just breathe here for a moment. Notice how the body feels. And then gently come back down. Then come up, so we're back to right ear towards right shoulder. And then very gently, very slowly, begin to shift the gaze up. And just be present to what your body's telling you and how it feels. Really focus on your breath. Again, you can play with your jaw if that is feeling any kind of tightness. And then bring it back down. So again, gaze is straight ahead. And then gently bring it back upright. Notice if you feel a difference between the two sides of the neck. And then when you're ready, gently on the exhale, lower that left ear towards that left shoulder. And just notice how the side feels compared to the other. Breathe here for a moment. And then gently draw the nose and the gaze down. Notice if the shoulder is wanting to lift as you do this, and see if you can just keep it neutral. And then if your body says yes, while your head is still over to the side, you can begin to shift the gaze back up. Just doing a slightly fuller twist. Breathe here. And then when you're ready, gently drop the gaze back down. Come back so that the gaze is again forward. So again, left ear is towards the left shoulder. And then from here, if your body says yes, shift the gaze and the nose and the chin up towards the ceiling. Again, notice if you're feeling any tension through the jaw and allow it to open. Just being present to what your body's telling you. And then gently, again, bringing it back down to center. And then gently lifting up. And just take a moment to notice if things feel just a little bit softer and more open. Now it's time for the strap. So let's start the strap over on the right side. There we go. Okay. Because you guys, this is one of our first movements, please be gentle with your body, okay? Bless you. Take your left arm, bring it up, and bring it back out. So now again, we're parallel, palm is down, okay? From here, you're gonna turn the palm behind. Oh yes, nice little, everybody feel this up in the deltoids? Bring it down, bend into the elbow, and take the strap behind. Deep inhale now with that right arm. Bring it up, palm is facing towards the center. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, gently bend behind and take the strap behind. So you guys, rather than grabbing on with the hands and desperately trying to pull, what I want you to do is just allow the hands to be the guide, okay? And I want you to begin, we're gonna play again a little bit here. With this right elbow, I want you to just take a moment and in a clockwise motion, I want you to draw a circle with your elbow while you're here. And then I want you to reverse that movement. So move now counterclockwise. And just notice how this rotational movement feels as you have your arm pinned. From there, what I want you to do is rather than taking the elbow and trying to push the arm back, I want you to see if you can find those inner edges of your shoulder blades and gently begin to squeeze them. Oh, and you might find something really interesting happens, which is this right shoulder might actually go back on its own without you having to push it. You might feel a little bit more opening through your armpit. You might find that you're trying very hard to breathe, but your body's not really happy in this posture. So make sure that your body's happy in the posture. So if you need to come out, that's fine. And breathe. Be happy. See if you can smile. Everyone's looking very serious right now. Good. So from here, I want you to allow the elbow to come forward. Release the hand and bring it back in. Okay, now left arm, bring it back out and up. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Now we're gonna roll a little bit into our shoulder joints. So arms are out at about 30 degrees. And I want you to roll the shoulders forward, which palms are gonna move in the opposite direction. Just see how far forward you can get them, the shoulders. And then gently, slowly rotate them all the way back. Oh. Notice how that feels. And then one more time, allow them to roll forward. Notice if you're finding any tension there. And then again, allowing them to roll back. And let it relax. And if you were lucky enough to get a pop, that's awesome, okay? Let's change sides, you guys. That's defixation, you guys. Anytime your body decides that it wants to spontaneously pop, that's a good thing, okay? It means that whatever little gas was in the joint just kind of got squeezed out, and the synovial fluid that's in the joint, that's like the slide and glide, right? It's the lubricant. That's a good thing. You want that lubrication in there. That's what's going to keep things happy. All right. Right arm comes out. We change sides, right? Okay. Turn the palm behind. And then bend into the elbow and slide it behind. And hold on to the strap. Inhale, left arm up. Bend at the elbow. And go ahead and hold on. And just notice if there's a difference here on this side versus the other side. Breathe here for a moment. Just let your body adapt and find a good space. Take a moment as we're here to check in with your posture and make sure that you're still in a comfortable place. Then leading with this left elbow, bring it forward so that it's pointing towards your TV or your computer, and then do a clockwise circle in this location with the shoulder, and then rotate it back around. Good. Allow it to come back up. And on this side, I want you to see if you can begin to draw those shoulder blades together, and notice if there's a difference in your ability to access the inner edges of your shoulders on this side. Like this side for me, much tougher. They all kind of want to freeze up and go, no, I don't want to work. Please don't make us work. So just find that space. Honor yourself. Breathe. Please make sure to breathe. And smile. And then gently, slowly let it release. We're gonna let everything come back. Let this left elbow come forward. Lengthen that left arm up. Let it relax. Take that right arm down. Let things get a little loosey-goosey. And then once again, bring the arms out. And we're going to roll the shoulders forward. So roll them forward, protracting the shoulders, and allowing that twist to come all the way down through the forearms into the wrists. And then take that deep inhale and allow it to reverse. Gently feeling the shoulders retract a little bit. And again, taking that twist all the way into the palms. And then one more time. Protracting forward, roll it forward. And then release it and retract it back. And let your body go. Nice little swishy swish. Good. Okay, you guys. So we're going to set this aside. Okay, so coming into all fours, into tabletop. Okay. So what we're going to begin is just gently beginning to squeeze into the glutes a little bit. We're going to do this for one set, then we're going to flip ourselves over and do some core. And then we'll come back and do this again. So we're going to start here from tabletop. Make sure that your knees are at least hip distance apart and maybe even a little bit more. There we go, good. Okay, so this first part is very simple, but I want you to be mindful about it instead of just going, la, 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 la. Okay, so I want you to begin by squeezing your glutes. Remember, we're not clenching, we're just squeezing. And what you're going to do is very slowly, and you might begin to shake, begin to bring your glutes towards the heels without touching. And then when you're ready, inhale and come back to center. And we're going to do that again. Gently engage through the glutes. And very slowly with your breath. Come back. And then inhale. Come back to center. And then one more time. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze through the glutes. And this time, see if you can take it as slow as you can go, all the way down. So that the hips yearn towards the heels. The only time you wouldn't do this is if you have pain in the knee. And then let those arms come out so that you're in an extended child's pose. Allow the top of the forehead to rest on the mat. If this is too much flexion through your knees, everybody, please make sure that you shift and bring the sits bones up slightly so that you are taking the pressure off the knee flexion. And just breathe here for a moment. Feel the back open and the back stretch. And then gently slide those hands back, bring yourself up, grab your block, and we'll go ahead and come down onto the back. Okay. So, for those of you that came just a few minutes late, what we were talking about is that I'm writing a paper right now on poor posture in the low back, okay? So one of the things that they are discovering is that if there is a dramatic difference between the strength of your abdominis rectus, and these are the muscles that are right here, and then the muscle diameter in the back muscles is much smaller, there tends to be less of a lumbar curve, okay? So one of the things that they like people to focus on in order to keep a healthy back is to begin to find your transverse abdominis, right? So these are your really deep muscles. They actually wrap you horizontally like a corset, okay? And all this breath practice that we've been doing is a perfect way to access them. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a deep inhale, come from that low belly. And as you exhale and blow out the air through the nose, at the end of that, I want you to really feel the hollow by squeezing through the front. And then let everything relax. So again, we're going to play with the curve. So again, it's a deep inhale. Filling your body with breath. And then as you exhale, again, come from the low belly. And you don't have to get rid of the curve. Just create a little bit of a hollow through the belly and squeeze. And then let it relax. Okay, so now we're going to just add a little bit of movement to that. So I want you to take your block, bring your knees up so that the upper leg is perpendicular to the floor, the lower leg is parallel to the floor, and hold on to your block. Okay. If you're worried about how your low back is going to feel, please feel free to rock from side to side and place your hands underneath your glutes just to add a little bit of stability. Okay? Otherwise, your arms are down by your side. So this is going to be, so again, we're working on lengthening the extension of the legs. This is the eccentric contraction. So we're going to slow that way down and then do the concentric contraction where the legs come back up into the body in about half the time. Okay? So the entire movement is very slow. And all you're doing is this. You're just dropping the toes towards the floor without touching. Okay? So I want you to take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to gently, slowly lower your legs. And then inhale. Bring the legs back up. So the inhale, the movement is quicker. Okay? So again, as you exhale, gently, slowly begin to lower the legs. And again, you're not trying to flatten the back. Make sure that all of this feels really good for your spinal column. And then inhale, come up. And let's do that one more time. Exhale. Gently, slowly. And if your legs start to wiggle wobble, that's fine. And then inhale, come up. Take a moment, release the block, and now bring the knees high up and into the chest. And just let everything go. Take a full deep belly breath right here. Let the belly press against the tops of the thighs. Okay. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and place the block back in between the legs. Okay. This time you may want your arms out into T formation. Please remember, you guys, that this is going to be very small, no big movements. And Peggy's here now. Yay, she made it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start by going over to the right. You guys, and I mean it when I say small. Please don't feel like this has got to be a big movement. So take a deep inhale. Exhale, very gently, slowly begin to roll those legs over to the right, okay? And then inhale, bring them back up. And then when you're ready, exhale, very slowly, gently over to the left. And then inhale back up. And then one more time, each side, deep inhale. And exhale, gently roll yourself over to the right. Inhale up. And last time, exhale, very slowly, gently roll over to the left. And then inhale back up. Release the block. This time what I want you to do is I want you to drop into that left leg. Bring the sole of that right foot up. You're going to slide your right hand along the inside and allow this knee, the right knee, to come just to the outside of your right trunk, your right torso. If your body says yes, you can gently lengthen that left leg and bring it down towards the floor. If that you feel any kind of pinching in the low spine, just keep a gentle bend in the leg, okay? And breathe here. So you're not worrying about trying here, you're just allowing gravity to do the work. Okay, we're going to do one more thing before we release this. Now, we're going to activate a little bit. So this right glute, I want you to squeeze it. I want you to begin to find, it's also going to activate your adductor muscle, that's fine. I want you to press now this right sole of the foot into the right hand and just breathe. You're not going to actually be able to successfully straighten the leg. You're just creating some isometric resistance. So there's no movement, it's just activation. And then let it relax. And then very gently release the hand from the knee. Interlace your fingers either just below the knee or behind the thigh, depending on what your knee is telling you. And just take a moment to notice if you feel a difference in your body from doing that. And then just gently bend that right leg. And it's time for the left leg to come up. So, sole of the foot on the left side comes up, left hand slides to the inside. Take a moment, breathe, feel your body adjust to this. And again, on this side, if your body says yes, you can allow that right leg to slide long. Breathe. Let everything soften. Feel it release, feel it relax. As you're breathing, take a moment to notice how this feels throughout your body. And when you're ready, I want you to begin by squeezing this left glute. So squeeze, see if you can get it to activate. And then feel the sole of that left foot press against the left hand. So again, we're not trying to actually straighten the leg, we're just squeezing. You're feeling some gentle resistance as you move this into something that's a little bit more of, instead of a passive posture, it's more of an isometric posture. Then breathe, really squeeze. Notice if that glute wants to activate as much as the other one, or if it just wants to hang out. And then gently let it relax. Notice the difference in the body. And then if you need to, you're going to go ahead and take that right hand, place it across the top of the left shin. Release that left hand. Interlace the fingers just below the kneecap on that left leg, or just behind the thigh on that left leg. And then gently release and allow your body for a moment to just be in a state of relaxation and notice how your body feels. When we're ready, I want you to gently bend into both knees. Draw them high into your chest, giving yourself a gentle hug, Apanasana. And then roll yourself onto whichever side feels best. And then just gently press up. Beautiful, you guys. And just take a moment to notice how that feels. That was an important pose because we're going to come back to that one right before we move into our final relaxation. So there's going to be a little compare and contrast there. Okay. So again, we're going to come into tabletop. So do you remember how we started this before? So we're going to do one set as we did before. So we're in tabletop. I want you to squeeze both glutes. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, still squeezing, I want you to very slowly, as slow as you can go, bring those hips towards the heels without actually touching. And just notice this time how your body feels. Are you firing a little bit more equally? You feel like you have a little bit more range of motion. And then on the inhale, gently come up. Okay. Curl underneath your toes. This is the next step. If this one feels like it's too much, you're going to do it again with the tops of the feet on the mat. Okay? If you feel like you've got a little bit more, you're going to lift your knees, squeeze your glutes from here, and gently, slowly press yourself back. So it's up to you to choose what's going to feel better for your body. And then inhale, coming back. And then one more time. Exhale, squeeze through the glutes. And inhale, coming back. From here, I want you to step your feet so that now you're into a variation of a squat forward fold, okay? So however you need to get up to this posture. So now what I want you to do is I want you to open your feet slightly wider than hip distance, okay? I want you to play with something here. Usually when we move into forward fold, it's all about, oh, we need to find the relaxation, we need to open. This time we're going to play with something else. So if you need blocks or you need to use your fists here, please do so. So what you're going to do is, I want you to again squeeze through the glutes so that you can press those feet as deeply into the mat as possible. Once you are solid here, then what I want you to do is draw your chin a little bit more towards your chest so that you have a long neck, and then press down into the hands. So you're pressing into the feet, you are pressing into the hands, and notice what happens through the back. Does it feel a little bit lighter? Does the posture feel a little bit more energized? And then relax. Release the hands, release the feet, and take a moment to observe how your body feels in this place, where things are again soft and more passive. And then we're going to do this one more time. I want you to squeeze through the glutes Press down through the feet so that you are anchored. You are moving all the way into the earth. And then from here, long neck, press those palms or your fists down into the mat. Feel that movement all the way up and through the shoulder blades as they move back as well. And then gently release. And let it soften and relax. And again, take a moment to notice. And if you want to do a little sway from side to side, that's fine. How your body is feeling. From here, we're going to bring ourselves up to standing. So once again, please use what feels best. If it's comfortable for you to come up with a flat back, do it. If it feels better to come up one vertebrae at a time, do it. But I want you to squeeze through your glutes, feeling that deep grounding. You have to press down, you guys, so that you can become very light as you come up, okay? And I'm going to shift the camera real quick. So bring yourselves up very gently. Work it the way your body feels best. Okay. So you guys, there really is a little bit of a method to the madness when we focus on pressing down. And it's actually one of Newton's laws, Newton's third law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So when you press down, the earth actually presses against you. It's really cool. We're just so tiny, it's like an ant, right? It's like an ant crawling on us. The ant could be pressing down as much as it's for all it's worth, and we're gonna go, I don't feel anything. Kind of the way it works with the earth. However, when you do that, when you press down really strongly, it gives you a rebound, right? So it's a rebound force. It makes it easier for you to move away because the earth is coming and pressing against you. Okay, you guys, so here we go. We're going to do a little bit more. So make sure that you have your chair. Take a moment to grab your chair. All right. So again, we're doing I call this functional yoga. Not only is it fun to do, but this is one of those things where, so that we can make sure that we are graceful and elegant as we get up and down. This is a good practice for that. So what we're going to do is two parts, okay? You're going to keep your hands on the back of the chair for stability. You are free, if this feels really good, to place your hands on your hips and do this without, okay? Otherwise, let's start with our hands at the chair. So you're going to start by bringing your right leg back, okay? So what's happening now is that I'm in a little bit of a lunge, okay? Now, this is really important, you guys. You have to promise me that you are not going to overdo. This needs to feel safe for your knees, okay? So my left foot is about 2 inches behind the back leg of the chair. This right leg, what I want you to do is I want you to begin by squeezing the glute a little bit, all right? And take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, you're very gently, very slowly going to begin to bend into the knee, to bring yourself down. We're not going to go all the way down. Pause here, keep breathing. And then gently straight into the leg. Oh, surprise, surprise. Okay, so we're going to do that again. Squeeze through the glute. Exhale, gently, slowly begin to bend into the knee. Oh, you guys, you might be feeling this through your quadricep. That's a good thing. Let the muscle shake and then gently release. Aha. Step the right foot forward. Do a little wiggle wobble through the hips. Okay. All right, now, because we just really activated this leg, we're going to play with something. I want you to take a step about 4 feet back. Okay. Again, you're going to ground into this left leg. Okay. If you can, bring your hands to your hips. Point the toes through the right leg, flex your foot if possible, squeeze through the glute, and then begin to pivot through the hips. Hands can come to the back as they need, and gently, slowly bring the torso down, okay? Breathe here. Squeeze through those glutes. Oh, and you're taking that right sole of the foot and you're pushing it away. Now notice, does this right leg feel a little bit light? Breathe. And then when you're ready, gently bring the torso up. Bend into the knee. See if you can come up all the way straight. Release the hands and see if you can hover and find the balance. Strong left leg. And breathe. Find your core. Are you using your core? Are you still squeezing through the glutes, or did they get soft? They go, I don't wanna. Make sure you're not hyperflexing into your left knee. And then gently release, bring it down. Woo! Wiggle wobble through the glutes. Wiggle wobble through the hips. All right, are we ready? We're gonna do that whole process on this side. Okay, so again, we're starting close to the chair. This right foot now gets to stay stable. We're gonna start activating into the left leg. So the first step, take a large step back 3 to 4 feet with that left leg. Ball of the foot is on the mat, heel is gently lifted. Take a deep inhale, squeeze through the glutes. That's going to gently bring the hips just a little bit forward. And then slowly on the exhale, begin to bend into that left knee. Pause here. Keep breathing, keep squeezing. Oh, let everything shake, and then inhale. Gently straighten, release the squeeze through the glute. We're gonna do that one more time. How are we doing, you guys? Are you smiling or are you gritting your teeth? Good. All right, here we go. Squeeze through the glutes. Allow that. That's going to kind of realign the hip a little bit because we've got support now from the back. And then when you're ready, exhale. Gently, slowly, bending into whoosh, that left knee. And then gently, slowly release, bring it out. Lightly step it forward. Little wiggle wobble through the hips. All right, we're gonna practice now on this side. So take a big step forward, 3 to 4 feet. Okay, your chair's right there. Hands are going to come onto the hips. So now we're working our way into Warrior 3. Ground deeply into this right leg. So squeeze through the glute, lift through the knee, hug the muscle to the bone. Gently point through those left toes, flex into the foot, and begin to hinge through the hips. Hands can come to the chair. Keep squeezing. Really squeeze through this left glute. In addition to creating stability through the right leg, breathe. Feel the energy through the sole of the foot move away. Let the energy come out through the crown of the head. One straight line. Breathe again. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly lower that left leg. Torso comes up. Gently bend into the left leg. See if you can bring it all the way through. Allow the hands to come to the hips. Left knee begins to come up. Find your balance. And breathe. Gently, slowly lower. And come down. Squishy hips. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome sauce. Look at you go. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to ask our adductors to work. So we're going to take a posture that I lovingly call goddess pose. We're going to see how y'all feel in it before I decide if we're going to do arm movements or not. So what you're going to do is you've got your chair right here so that if you lose your balance, the chair's right there, okay? I want you to take your feet at least 3 to 4 feet apart, okay? The next step, lift the toes, adjust it so that the heels are slightly out, in, and the toes are slightly out, okay? Okay, now, again, we're going to use our glutes. You guys, this is not about how deep you can go. This is much more about how well can you activate your legs, okay? So your torso should be able to stay upright. If you're in here, right, so it's like, so here I am from the side. As we do this, my torso should continue to stay fairly upright. If I start leaning forward like this, I'm doing too much, okay? So that goes for you guys as well. So when you're ready, let your hands come to your hips. Take a deep inhale. Squeeze through the glutes. Activate through your adductor muscles. Exhale very gently, very slowly, as slow as you can. You might have to do a little toe squish to adjust your width and come down. And then inhale, come back up. See, look at how easy that was. Y'all made that look so easy. So guess what? We're going to do it again. Squeeze through the glutes. Slowly. Oh, ever so slowly. Bring it down, working on this eccentric contraction. Now we're going to do an isometric hold. So we're going to hold right here. And you're going to love me and you're going to keep squeezing. And then I want you to take this right arm, take it up, inhale. And exhale, gently roll yourself a little bit over to the left. Oh my goodness, now we've got us doing 2 at 1. And inhale up, let the arm come, pause, you're still squeezing, and then inhale, straighten those legs. Woo! Again, sassy hips, you guys. Move them around. Okay, we're doing one more. So when you're ready, deep inhale. Exhale, you're squeezing through the glutes, you're squeezing through your adductor muscles. Oh, slowly, 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 slowly come down. This time we're gonna lengthen up into that left arm. Exhale, roll ourselves over to the right. Oh, 2 at once. Breathe, keep breathing. You're glowing and it's wonderful. Inhale up. Big ha sound. And then inhale, let it go. Woo! Move those legs. Okay. How are we feeling, you guys? Good? Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. So with all of that, because you guys are rocking it today, we're going to try a little something, something. I want you to have your blocks. Grab your blocks. We're going to place them so that they are about shoulder height or shoulder width. Okay, everybody got that? Good. Awesome sauce. Okay, feet are either in between your blocks or right behind. It doesn't matter. It's what feels best to you. Okay? Are you guys feeling a little bit lighter in your body? Yes? Because guess what? I know. Isn't it cool? It's because we are activating really mindfully. So the muscles are like, oh, okay, yeah, I can come online. You're going to take a deep inhale, lengthen all the way out and up. Big breath of joy. Let the palms touch. And then when you're ready, make sure that your feet are at least hip distance apart. Squeeze through the glutes and gently, slowly bring yourself down so that the fingers can hang out on the blocks or the palms, whichever feels best. Okay? From this place, take a deep inhale. Allow the spine to lengthen. And then exhale, still squeezing through the glutes. Gently allow a forward fold. Okay, your hands are still on your blocks. So again, just like we did before, I want you to take a moment, really squeeze through the glutes, press down through the feet, and now press down into the hands that are on the blocks or small fists. Breathe. Oh, notice that it's like, wow, when your hands are on the blocks, it's a little bit easier to activate the front pectoral muscles, and then let it relax. Oh, notice if it's a little bit easier to come down. So from here, we're going to begin by stepping that right foot back. So I want you to shift your body weight into that left foot. Find your balance. We've been practicing this. Get light through those right toes, and then just gently step back. There you go. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome. Look at you go. If your body says yes, you are going to step the left foot back. Woo! Look at us. Plank pose, you guys. Press down through the hands or the soft fists. Bend into the knees. Coming all the way down onto the mat. Ah. Release your hands from the blocks. Bring your hands to the back so you're supporting right over your sacrum. Squeeze through the glutes. And then take those inner edges of the shoulder blades and squeeze those together. Gaze is lightly above the center. So you're just beginning to look at the ceiling. And then gently release. From here, hands are going to come back to the blocks. And what I want you to do is rotate the blocks down one, and then allow them to come flat. Okay? Again, you're going to adjust this depending on how your knees feel, and allow the blocks to come back forward so that you have a nice length through your arms. Let your toes touch, let the knees gently widen so they're slightly wider than your torso, and come down into a really yummy extended child's pose. And breathe. So now we've got this really wonderful opening in through our armpits. If this is too much pinching through the shoulder blades, you can widen the blocks. If it still feels uncomfortable, you can bring them back so that you can bend through the elbows. There's lots of options here, you guys. So please find what feels best. And breathe. Good. From here, you're going to very gently come back up, okay? I want you to grab the far end of the blocks with the fingertips and pull them back up to the highest point. Did everybody see me do that? We went from low to high, okay? Turn them again so that they are long, okay? We're going to use this as an assist to come back up to a forward fold. So come back. Now you're going to press down through the arms, curl underneath the toes, and walk the feet back up. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome sauce. Look at you go. Again, press down through the feet. Release the hands and either curl up one vertebrae at a time, squeezing through the glutes, or come up with a flat back. Do what feels best. When you get all the way up, inhale, big, full breath of joy. Let the palms touch. Exhale. Again, squeeze through the glutes and either roll down one vertebrae at a time or come down with a flat back, whichever feels best for your body. Hands, once again, at the blocks. Squeeze. Press down. Feel that forward fold. And then release that straight into the arms. Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold or gazing pose. And then exhale again. This time, you're going to shift your body weight into that right leg. Get very light with the left foot. Step it back. As long as your body says yes, step back with the right foot. Now you're in plank. Look at you go. Bend into the knees. Coming down. Gently release the hands from the blocks. Again, as long as this feels good, Hands come to the low back over the sacrum to create support. And then gently squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together, finding that opening through the front of the chest. But you're doing it by squeezing the inner edges of the shoulder blades together. From here, release that. Let the hands come back to the blocks. Hips shift back to the heels. Just like we did before, you're going to adjust the blocks, how it felt, how you enjoyed it, and come down. Those of you that really enjoyed this and want a little bit more of an opening through this under lateral part of your torso, you can bring the hands up to the fingertips on the blocks and allow your hands to make spider hands. But only do that if it feels really good. If that wasn't your best spot, please don't use it. Take the modification that feels best for you, or the adjustment that feels best for you. One more cycle of breath right here. And then gently bring your head up. Fingertips are going to wrap around the far end of the blocks, and you're going to pull them towards you so that we are now back up on the highest part. Adjust the blocks so that once again, they're long ways. Hands are now solidly on the blocks. Press down through your hands and the arms. Shift hips up. Curl underneath the toes. Press down, lift up. Walk the feet back up. One more time. Squeeze through those glutes. Press down through those hands. Spine, neck stays long. And then from here, because you're already all activated, you're going to release hands from the blocks. Draw up and in through the core and gently, slowly bring yourself up however it feels best for you. One more time, deep inhale. Big breath of joy. Palms touch. Exhale. Come back down. Beautiful, you guys. That was gorgeous, y'all. The first sun salutation. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Look at you go. All right, we're going to come back down. Do y'all remember when I said we were going to do one more set? I meant it. I want you all to feel how your body feels now that we've done all of this opening through the different yoga postures. So again, come back into tabletop with the knees slightly wider than hip distance. Okay? Or at hip distance. From here, squeeze through the glutes and ever so slowly come back on the exhale. You're going as slow as you can go. Just notice how your body is feeling. And then inhale, let it release. And just absorb and notice how the body feels. One more test. We're going to come back onto our backs very gently, very slowly. All the way down. Knees are bent. Just take a moment here and feel. Do a little oscillation back and forth, side to side. Just observing how the body's feeling. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring that right knee up. Sole of the foot is again going to come towards the ceiling. Right hand is going to come along the inside. Take a moment and allow everything to get heavy. Knee is coming just to the outside of that right torso. And if it feels appropriate, you can lengthen that left leg towards the floor. And just take a moment to notice how your body is feeling here. Again, we're in the part of the movement that is passive. So we're just letting everything open slowly and carefully. When you're ready, I want you to, again, activate through the glute. You're going to push the sole of the foot into the hand. Squeeze through the quadricep. Keep squeezing through the glute. We're not trying to actually move the foot away. We're just activating and making this more of a stronger isometric stretch and opening. Keep breathing. And then gently let it relax. Okay. From here, your left hand, I want you to come on top of that right shin. What you're going to do now is just very gently take both hands. You've got your right hand to the outside of the right leg. The left hand is coming over the shin. And keeping the pelvis on the floor, we're just gently working into this really deep area of the glute, into the top of the hamstring, and just breathe. Very gentle, very slow. You've got maybe 1/8 of an inch of the right pelvis or the right glute off the mat. It really is. Okay, very close to the mat. If your body says yes, you guys, and this is only if it says yes, I want you to take a moment. I want you to squeeze through that glute, and I want you to feel, because you've got this pin, you've got your leg pinned in 2 locations. I want you to feel that right leg as it wants to move out. And all you're going to do is just resist that movement so that you are just activating. Breathe. Deep, full breath. As you squeeze, feel and notice if the pelvis has a little bit more space now to come back down to the mat, and then gently let it relax. And now from here, interlace the fingers either behind the thigh or just below the kneecap. Back to just letting this be a really yummy space of relaxation. Drawing the knee into the chest. Your neck is in neutral, your spine is in neutral. Neutral means it's a place of comfort. You're not trying to straighten, you're not trying to create an arch. It's just where your body falls naturally. And then gently release that right leg. Bring the left leg up if it was extended. Take a moment and just, again, if you need to do a little oscillation side to side, to check in. Just observe how that feels. Okay. And then when you're ready, gently bend that left knee. Bring the sole of the foot up. Left hand comes along the inside. And again, this first part, we're just letting our body find itself in the stretch. As long as your body says yes, you can extend that right leg. Find length. Breathe. Deep, full belly breath. You're still using that really deep diaphragmatic breath. From here, if you choose, you're going to squeeze through the glute, which is going to make it feel like the sole of the foot is moving up towards the ceiling. All we're doing is activating the muscles as we stay in an isometric stretch. All isometric means is that we're not changing the length, we're just holding activation. Breathe here. And then gently let it relax again and feel it soften. Here you're going to take your right hand, bring it across so that it's holding on to the left shin. You're going to release that left arm, bring it around to the outside of that left leg. Very gently using that right hand to draw the leg across. You're doing this very slowly because all you're looking for is the beginning of that stretch. You're going to feel this deep in the glute, possibly up into the top of the hamstring. The pelvis is still resting on the back. And just breathe here when you find that space where you can feel. It's almost like you want to itch it. The stretch is like, oh, wow. Didn't know that was tight in there. But it's not, there's not a space of discomfort. Okay, now, using your arms to act as the resist, I want you to squeeze deeply into that left glute. You are going to work to bring that left leg out to the side without moving. So all you're doing is really activating through the glute muscle. You might find that as you do this activation, the back of the pelvis can actually ease onto the floor a little bit more. Breathe. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release. No more squeeze. Let it go back to a passive stretch. And then from here, you're going to bring the leg so that it is again at 90 degrees. Interlace the fingers either behind the thigh or underneath the kneecap, and then gently draw that leg towards you. And this time, it's just deliciousness, space of relaxation, deep, full breath. It's that wonderful feeling of softness that you get after you activated full. Really ask the muscles to wake up and work. And then gently, slowly release. And from here, you're going to use whatever you need in order to get comfortable for your final space of relaxation, your final savasana. Arms are by your side, palms are faced up, eyes are gently closed. And as you're here, I want you to take a deep, full inhale of breath. And on the exhale, gentle ha sound out. And I want you to do that 3 times. As you're here, I want you to notice how your body feels. Take a moment to reconnect with your heart, find gratitude. And then release the breath with the word of thanks. Allow the body to become very still. Allow your body to breathe you. And feel that remarkable peace. Very gently, softly begin to find fingers and toes, hands and feet. Allow them to make gentle movements, gentle circles, whatever feels best for you. When you're ready, come back into your breath by taking a full deep inhale and exhale, and allow, if it feels appropriate, your arms to come up over your head and stretch like a cat. Fingertips to toes, bones to skin. Feel your breath. Feel your body. Feel the movement. And gently draw the knees high in towards the chest. Give yourself a gentle hug. And when you're ready, roll yourself onto whichever side feels best and most natural. Coming back gently, slowly, with joy. Press yourself back into a seated position, eyes closed, breath soft, and one last time, allow your hands to come to prayer with the thumbs resting in the sternum at the heart point. Thank you so much, all of you, for allowing me to be part of your practice and for us to be able to have this community of breath and laughter. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.